Hello, hi everyone. Welcome back to my JE Physics channel, and this is the part of electrostatics video, and we are going to discuss about the numericals or problems on electric field. So whatever formulas we derived, electric field due to charged objects, maybe a ring, maybe a disc, maybe a rod. Okay, so we are going to see how to use those formulas, whatever we derived in the previous videos. So if you want to see any derivation related to field due to any charged object, so I request you to go back to previous videos and first watch them and then come back to this video. Okay, so here go with the questions related to electric field. So we have one question, that is one charge sheet is there which is infinitely long and carries a charge sigma. So that we don't know. One side they have given charge as 8 Newton per coulomb, and other side we have electric field 12 Newton per coulomb. So one side electric field is 8, other side is 12. Okay, so they are asking what is the charge density of the charge sheet. First of all, if you see the question from the view of charge sheet, so let me write down first. If I am having the charge sheet having the plus sigma, then positive charge, the field will be away from it. The field value is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. This we derived. Okay, and field due to positive charge is always away from it. At the same time, the field due to infinitely long charge sheet is independent of the distance. So you will get the uniform field. So this is the formula. This is the data what we know. But if you compare these two, here equal fields are there on the same. Both the sides. But here you don't find equal fields. So that means there is something else in the question. Okay, so as field is changing on both the sides, here field is increased, here field is decreased. That means this is the original field due to plate. Okay, so to compare with that, so there is some external field is acting in the region of charge sheet. So that external field I am taking as E naught. Why I am taking in this direction E naught? Because if you see on the right side, both the fields will be added. So that's why here field value is increased. Whereas on the left side, fields are opposite. This is the field direction. So on the left side, field value will decrease. So right side increases, left side decreases. That's why I have taken towards right is my external field. Then what is the net field on the right side? Net field on the right side is sigma by 2 epsilon naught plus E naught. Whereas on the left side, the field value is E minus sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Now we have the values. Now compare. Okay, sigma by 2 epsilon naught plus E naught is equal to how much? 12. Whereas this one, E minus sigma by 2 epsilon naught is equal to 8. We want to find out the sigma value. So what I am doing is I am subtracting so that E naught will cancel out. This is E naught. Okay. So E naught value will cancel out. Then I will get sigma by epsilon naught. Sigma by 2 epsilon naught plus sigma by 2 epsilon naught. You will get sigma by epsilon naught. It is 12 minus 8, 4. So that means sigma charge density on the sheet is equal to 4 times of epsilon naught. Okay, if you want you can write down the epsilon naught value also. So then you will get the directly numerical value of field. We go with second question. This question has given in IIT advanced, JE advanced only. Okay, see, I used to tell to my students also same thing, that is, don't think that advanced question means always you will get every question is tough question. Okay, out of 20 questions you will find at least 2 to 3 questions which are related to basics of the concept, or sometimes related to formula of the concept. If you remember the formula, you can solve the question. So let us try that part. Okay, so this is the question given in JE advanced. I didn't remember the year. You can check if you want. Okay, at a Z is equal to minus A, there is infinitely large sheet which is carrying the minus sigma. At Z is equal to 0, minus 2 sigma, it is minus, okay, negative charge, both are negative charge. At Z is equal to 3A, we are having the positive charge sheet. These are the sheets like this kept, okay. And they have given, see, wantedly they have given Z is equal to minus A, Z is equal to 0, Z is equal to 3A to confuse the students, okay, to make them more nervous by looking at the question. But if you are if you are present with a presence of mind in the examination, then you can solve it all the things very easily. As this is the first, let me explain the question. Okay, so these are the charge sheets given, and at point P, somewhere they have given point P, and there you need to identify the electric field vector. Suppose field strength I require, field direction also required. Now see, if you look at the question, first of all, these are the charge sheets. Whenever they have given the charge sheets, first thing you need to understand, or first point to be stricken in your mind is the field whatever is there due to charge sheet, that is independent of the distance. So we don't bother about the what are the distances given, means z is equal 0, z is equal 3a, z is equal a. This is all nonsense in the question, first of all. Okay, so we don't bother about the distance. That is the first point. The second thing is, we know the charge sheets, we know the field due to charge sheet, which is sigma by 2 epsilon naught, as we discussed in the earlier question. Because of positive charge sheet, field will be away from it. Because of negative, field will be towards it. Okay. So let us see. P point, I want to find out the net field. So I am taking this is first plate, second, third. You can name anyway. First plate is having the positive charge, then field will be away from it, downward. That I am taking as E1. See, already I have given the direction, so I am going to write down the magnitudes only here. So E1 is equal sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Charge density is sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Next, this is now negative charge. It is carrying the negative charge. Then field due to plate at point P will be again towards the plate. Why? Because it is carrying the negative charge. So that's why I can write down E2 value is equal. Now I don't write minus because of minus only I have given the direction. So direction is done. I have to write down the magnitude now. So what is the E2 value I can write down? 2 sigma is the charge density by 2 epsilon naught. You will get sigma by epsilon naught. This is the E2 magnitude. Direction is downward. Let us go with the third part, which is also carrying the negative charge. Then field will be again towards the plate because of negative charge nature. Then E3 will be towards the plate. This is the plate, towards the plate. Okay. Even second also towards the plate. First away from the plate. So that is the logic. So then E3 is equal to, okay, so I can write down sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Now all are in the same direction. All vectors are in the same direction. Then what is the net magnitude is? Net magnitude I have to add magnitudes because all vectors are in the same direction. Then sigma by 2 epsilon naught, okay, plus sigma by epsilon naught plus sigma by 2 epsilon naught. You will get how much? 2 sigma by epsilon naught. Okay, this is sigma by epsilon naught, these two terms, plus sigma by epsilon naught. You will get 2 sigma by epsilon naught, which is in the downward direction, means negative z axis. This is the positive z, so this will be negative z axis. Then I can write down ultimately the field at P point vector is, magnitude is 2 sigma by epsilon naught. As it is negative z axis, I have to write down minus k cap. See how simple it is. So like this, please remember students, in advanced exam also you will find some questions related to formulas, some questions related to very fundamentals also, fundamentals of the concept. Yes, you will find that very tough questions. Those questions will be something like in physics, out of 18 or 20 questions, you will find 3-4 questions are more conceptual understanding and more applicative part. So if you leave that 4 questions, then remaining 14 questions will be in your kingdom. Please rule it. So here we go with the next question. That is, I have one hemisphere, okay, something like this. This completely hemisphere. Because of hemisphere, what is the field at the center? Given is E0. E0 is the electric field due to hemisphere at the center. It's a given thing. Now, if this hemisphere is cut into 3 parts, something like this, okay, at an angle 60, then you will get one part something like this. So it is little tough to draw, but I will try this part. Okay, this is one part, one part of the sphere with an angle of what? 60. So because of this part, any one of the part, because all are 3 identical, 60, 60, 60 only. Total is angle is 180. So only shaded region. Because of shaded region, what is the electric field at the center? We want to find out. Find the electric field due to only shaded region part. Okay, that is a given question. So here, whenever they have given one object field, even I used to solve this type of questions also. So whenever they have given one object field and they are asking any part of the object field, that means remember That question is related to comparative things only, okay? Not to derive the formula. So hemisphere, again, don't take the small part and derive. Don't do the integration, okay? We have a logic to solve this. So let us go with it. I don't know how many of you observed here. That is, when I draw the electric field direction, I drawn along the angle bisector. Even I told the same thing in my previous videos also, while I deriving the field due to arc, charged arc, or else field due to rod also. Whenever you are taking the field due to charged arc and rod, the electric field will be along the angle bisector. That's very important, okay? So that's why what I am doing is, here I consider the field due to one part. Field due to any one of the part. First three parts are there, 1, 2, 3. If I take field due to one part, I am taking as E, then field due to second and third part also will be E. So this is the hemisphere, and I am having the first part, second and third part. Okay. Field due to each part is E I am taking. Obviously if it is E, every part is E only. Then how the field due to one part? Suppose if I take this part, how the field direction? Field direction will be along the angle bisector. Means this is the field direction, E. Again if I take the field due to second part, again field will be along the angle bisector, again E. If I take the third part, again field will be along the angle bisector, something like this. This is also E, like this. So you will find the field due to all the three parts will be three fields you will find. And resultant, if I am keeping all the three parts together, then I will get total hemisphere. Then resultant of all these three fields should be equal to E naught. That is the logic. Okay, then I can find out the E value. Then how to do it? See, if I am taking the one part, total angle is 60, so then this angle will be 30, so this angle will be 30. So I can make components E cos 30 for this. E cos 30 is one component, other component is E sin 30 in downward direction. Okay, where E is the field due to one part. Please remember that point. Okay, and again this is angle bisector. That means this angle will be 30. So this angle also will be 30. I think you are able to find out the angles. And I keep saying that please keep a paper and pen, okay, along with you while watching this video. So write down all the things whatever I am writing on the board, so that you will understand all these things better. So then I can make it to components E cos 30 and other component is E sin 30. So now if I go for resultant, E cos 30 will cancel out, opposite. Then what is the total field acting downward? Total field acting downward is equal to E plus, because all are in the same direction, I can directly add. E plus 2E sin 30. 2E sin 30 should be equal to, because I am keeping all the three parts together, so it forms an hemisphere. Then what the field due to hemisphere is? E naught, so it should be E naught. Then 2 and sin 30 is 1 by 2, cancel out. Then 2E is equal to E naught. Then what is the field due to any one part is E naught by 2. Okay. And how the field direction is? Field direction is along the angle bisector. I solve more number of questions in the coming video, so you have to wait for that. And please hit subscribe the channel for more number of videos and updated videos. And I attach the playlist also. So here you will find at the bottom of the video playlist, so that you can go back to the remaining videos, past videos. And I attach the assignment. Please download from the description box. Thank you so much.